When the Galactic Concorde made first contact with Earth, they were unimpressed. The humans were small, squishy, and emotionally erratic. Their technology was primitive, their politics unstable, and their military lacked the elegance of energy-based warfare. But the most damning judgment of all came from High Strategist Velthor of the Tarsari Empire. They are clever monkeys. Give them scrap. Let them amuse themselves. So, as a gesture of peaceful integration, the Concorde gifted humanity a set of decommissioned weapons from the Fourth Cycle War, outdated relics by galactic standards, plasma cannons that overheated, anti-grav grenades that took 5 seconds to detonate, a magnetic railgun prototype that fired once and jammed forever. Junk, in other words. The Concorde expected humanity to reverse engineer the tech, get confused, maybe accidentally vaporize a few labs, and ultimately give up. They didn't. Instead, they brought the junk back online, better than it ever worked before. At a weapons demonstration hosted on Arhis Prime, Earth's representatives were finally allowed to present their progress. Concorde dignitaries yawned, sipping photosynthetic tea, expecting crude copies and lots of bragging. Then the first drone exploded. Human Captain Ramirez didn't flinch. That's the railgun. We modified the internal feed system to use our own conductive polymers, lighter, more flexible. Fires once every 2 seconds now. Velthor's jaw dropped. The second test featured the anti-grav grenades. Earth engineers had added a timed AI that dynamically adjusted the detonation based on proximity. They rolled one into a mock bunker. It hovered for 0.3 seconds, then obliterated the structure with a controlled implosion. There was silence in the viewing dome. Then the plasma cannon. Originally dismissed as a dangerous heat hazard, humans had cooled it using Earth-based graphene channels and temperature-sensing smart gel. Not only did it not overheat, but it was now portable. Captain Ramirez slung it over his shoulder like a toy. We call this one the rebuttal. He fired at a Concorde drone tank. It split in half like soft fruit. Velthor choked on his tea. The Concorde summoned an emergency strategy meeting that night. They're improvising. No species adapts this fast, one delegate muttered. They don't respect our tech, said another. Velthor's eyes burned. They understand it. They fix what we discard. They improve what we declare obsolete. These are not clever monkeys, they're dangerous engineers. But it was too late. Humanity had started production of what they called the Trash Fleet, an armada of reconstructed vessels built from discarded Concorde hulls, powered by hybrid systems, and outfitted with recycled weapons that outperformed current military-grade gear. When a pirate faction known as the Varn Dominion attempted to raid Earth's Mars outpost, expecting easy pickings, they were met by the Trash Fleet in orbit. 37 pirate vessels entered the sector. 2 left, and both were leaking fuel, missing engines, and very confused. What disturbed the Concorde most wasn't that humanity fought well. It was how they fought. They didn't build perfect systems, they made unbreakable ones. A laser turret broke? It became a kinetic spike thrower. Shield generator fried? Used the power core to overclock the railgun. Everything could be repurposed. Every failure turned into a new form of attack. Humanity doesn't need our best tech, Velthor growled in a later speech to the council. They only need our trash. And with it, they'll beat us. From that day on, the Concorde passed a quiet but unanimous law. No outdated weaponry is ever to be given, sold, or accidentally delivered to Earth. Ever. Too late, of course. Earth was already exporting retrotech solutions across the quadrant. The words fixed by humans became a premium brand, even among species that once mocked them. As for the humans, they had just received a shipment of rusted Concorde mech frames. A mechanic named Lex looked at the pile and grinned. Cool. Let's turn 'em into jet bikes.